The COVID-19 pandemic caused a lot of changes in human interaction, and we cannot ignore consumer behavior.
Indeed, today we have a tour and travel agent who used to actually deal with a number of people going to China like 12 times a year, and today they can no longer do that. They shop online. So how do you deal with that? Let's find out.
My name is Bachinjogera James Larega, and the director and proprietor of Daylight Travel Consults, a company that is gained expertise in the travel and tourism sector. We began this company in 2011. I was a desperate young man that failed to get employment in the formal sector. And like so many people who get out of education and then they can't find a place to be employed, many times because the skills that we don't have are not applicable in the marketplace, other times because the competition is too stiff with the limited job opportunities around, and because of the limited number of employers, so many of us found ourselves unable to secure jobs in the formal sector as we had always anticipated and hoped. So after so many years of suffering and frustration and desperation, I was lucky. I fortuitously got a call from a friend of mine that had started a travel company and invited me to work with them. And that was the beginning of my journey into the travel and tourism sector. We started out as a ticketing agency, where the job that I got first was in sales. So my job was to make sure that I look for business to bring for the company. And then I got into the sales bit of it and started interacting with customers and getting to know how it really feels in the practical world of the business. Because there it is, you either bring business or you are useless. So I had to commit to do everything that I could do to make sure that I make a difference and make an impact in the office where I had been given an opportunity. So when this one person saw a talent in me and decided to give me this opportunity to work with them, I was very eager to learn every bit that I would gather to amass all the knowledge that needed to be gathered in order to make an impact, in order to bring in the sales. So I started looking for sales with tooth and nail. I used to go door to door. I used to go through daily rejections. You go and approach people. You speak to people and they don't want to listen. But I kept on pushing. We started when the industry was still virgin. And there were a few players back then. And there was a lot of lack of information among people. And that was an opportunity that whoever would be with a good service and would ensure that the quality of service they are rendering to their customers is to the dot, they were very sure that their businesses would grow. And that is how we grew. We have core values as a company. We believe in integrity. We believe in reliability. We believe in caring and going an extra mile to make sure that we please our customer. We always look forward to how we can amuse our customer and how we can give more value to them than what they paid for. And in that, we make sure that before we prioritize earning that $1 or $5 or $10 from the person, we've given them great value for their money. And that is how people become comfortable working with us. And that is how people go and market on our behalf, talk to their friends. The effect of COVID have stung us to the core. We lost all debts, and yet we are expected to pay all the credit. Before COVID, happened, we had debts, we had people that we had given services to, and we are demanding them money. And we are expecting and counting on this cash flow for people to pay us so we can be in position to also settle our creditors. But I can tell you that when COVID hit, we lost all the money that was outstanding and in debt. But yet the people that were demanding us, the creditors, our suppliers, the people that had given us money to buy them services, they expected us to pay them back when we had lost everything. So we found ourselves in an imbalance where we've lost everything, but yet we're supposed to dig from wherever to find the means of settling and paying off our creditors. It has been a tough time, but I want to encourage anybody that is in the travel and tourism sector that there's light at the end of the tunnel. There are prospects that things are getting back to normal. So it is a matter of time. It is a matter of time, and things will get back to normal. But we need to change our mindset. We need to reinvest greater energies into seeing that at least we can pick up our businesses from wherever they are. But I want to tell you, whoever is watching me and is in the travel sector, that it is very possible. You just need to pull up your sleeves and get to the work. Starting from the grass, like we did, and then winning the hearts of customers and potential customers, and people entrusting your brand to serve them amidst all the competition, that alone is an achievement. A company that started with one customer to reach a time when you can have over 2,000 customers, people that when they think about the service that you render, they prioritize you as their service provider. That is a great achievement. So the person that I've become, the skills that I've attained, the knowledge that I've learned, the networks that I've built, the friendships and business networks that I've got in touch with while in the journey of growing this business is what is the greatest wealth and the greatest achievement. Because even if everything crumbles, with the knowledge that I have now, I can go back to the ground and start afresh and build again.
So when we talk tough economic times, we also speak financial discipline. How many of you ever check that what you paid for at a supermarket is what you took home?
My name is Humanga Ernest. I'm manager at Carlton Supermarket. When a customer gets into a supermarket, what is important is, first of all, you get to know the kind of product you're coming to buy. Then the other important thing is you also have to get to know the expiry date of the product that you want to buy. You also have to know because we have different varieties of products, you find that Blue Band, we can have more than 2 different varieties. So particularly, you should know which kind of product you want to purchase. You should know the kind of ingredients in particular. For example, you find that our chocolates are in different varieties. So if a customer would come and not knowing the particular kind of chocolate that he wants, you find that they will end up buying a chocolate that they'll end up being so disappointed about. So one important thing is when you get into a supermarket and you want to buy a product, you get to know the expiry date of the product, you get to know the kind of product that you want to buy, is put into your budget. Put in mind your budget, or make sure you make a budget that you will follow, because most times a customer will get into a supermarket and get a product which he or she was not even prepared for. But because they've found it in the supermarket, they end up purchasing it. So one important thing is you have to get to know your financial, it's financial discipline. That's what I mean, financial discipline, which is very important. You have to know the budget that you already have, and you have to know the products that you're coming to purchase. Purchase those products in particular, but not this thing where you just get into a supermarket and you want to buy everything. It's not so good. You get into a supermarket, you get those particular goods that you want. And the goodness with the supermarket is when you get into a supermarket, you find that most of the goods are already pre-priced. You don't need to ask that how much. You find that almost all the products already have their prices tagged on it. So it's very easy for you as a customer to tell that, yeah, this is where my budget can fit and this is where I cannot fit. The benefits of buying things in the supermarket is, one, the goods, most of the goods we have here are already pre-priced. You find every good has its price on it. Then the other good thing is also that we bring goods that are reliable, that are still durable. In the supermarket, we have a variety of goods where one can choose from what you want to buy. You have that, you have that freedom to explore and see that this is what I like, or maybe you see that there's another new product that has been introduced. You can also take on that one. But here at the supermarket, we also offer receipts for every good that you purchase. We offer receipts, so that gives a customer freedom. Maybe if there's a complaint on a product, they can easily bring it back, and then we can change or make changes where need.
For us who sit in the world of business, it's very important to acknowledge the presence of radical changes, especially trends.
And guess what? Most of these trends that are changing are one way or another anchored to the world of digital or ICT. And today on this show, we are, as usual, committed to sharing with you how the world is changing and how these changes are affecting your business, but most importantly, how you can leverage them to grow business and grow money.
Hello viewers, my name is Daniel Bill Opio. I am a lawyer and cybersecurity enthusiast. I am a co-founder of a company that deals in cybersecurity called Ad Security. So some of the advantages, both the tangible and the intangible, of using ICT to enable your business is that, number one, it gives you 24/7 hour access to online, transactions, and therefore anyone can log into your systems at any point in time and be able to receive the service, which ordinarily might not be possible with the ordinary brick and mortar kind of business system, which perhaps runs up to 5 or runs up to 10 p.m. So the use of ICT enables you to be able to operate, especially if your business is one that is automated. If it's automated, all you have to do is to track the activity that is ongoing, but it can operate 24/7. The other advantage that comes in when you're using ICT-enabled systems to run your business is that you widen the scope of reach. Basically, the geographical, the territorial outreach can be very big. We can look at companies like Amazon, eBay, SafeBorder. I mean, you widen the reach because it's accessible on each person's ICT-enabled device, a phone, a laptop, a tablet, a smartwatch. So it enables you to reach out to more people as you're running this kind of business online. The other third thing that I could think of, which is an advantage of being able to do business online, is that it enables you to cut off so many costs that otherwise you would be bearing if you were trading on the ordinary brick and mortar style of transaction. And how is this possible? Costs like renting certain kind of space, physical space, might be cut off because your system is online. The address that you're using is no longer the PO box address, but it is the internet protocol address, what is commonly referred in the internet space as the IP address. So that kind of address could help you to cut off those costs of paying for physical premises because you're basically running your business online. And maybe one other tangible benefit of being able to run your business online is that it helps you to increase your sales because now you're reaching out to a vast space of people that are actually online. But ICT is simply an enabler of daily business. So if peradventure it's been, for example, a newspaper kind of business, the ICT just enables that for better experience. It doesn't deal away with the ordinary, hard copy newspapers. It just enhances what is already taking place offline. So people should actually look at embracing ICT as a means of enhancing their business, especially if you're running a startup. I would encourage embracing ICT from the initial stages. It helps you to do what is called in the startup world the validated learning. Why? You're going to be able to receive instant feedback from the users of your platform. Most of us are familiar with the, for example, the Apple, store, the Google Play Store. When you download an application, there are portions where you see the owners of the app asking you to rate them. Rate us out of 10, and you see various kinds of feedback that has been given on those platforms as to the usability and what should be changed, what should be improved upon. So if you're able to translate your business with ICT-enabled tools online, you will be able to receive instantaneous feedback, which will help you to do validated learning. Now, with validated learning, you're able to know how you are performing. Do we need to change this kind of product because the feedback from the client says this is not working well for them? So you keep iterating your system until you get that perfect workflow which enables you to interact properly with your clients. Ideally, I would encourage any kind of business that is operating in this day and age to embrace the fourth industrial revolution technologies to enhance how business is being done, in as much as sometimes there are challenges online such as cyber crime, cyber security threats, but those ones can be guarded against, especially if you take services, from a company like Ad Security that offers cyber security services. You can be able to guard against some of those looming threats that take place online. Otherwise, it's a good space for us to exploit, even for beyond just for the businessman. It's also good for government business. It's easy for the Revenue Authority, for example, to collect taxes of entities that are actually working online.
Well, that's all we had for you on this edition of Money and Markets. Thank you for being good company. I've been your host, Charles Boje.
And I'm Shamim K. Matovo.
Now, don't forget to drop us a line on the address on your screen. We'd like to keep the conversation going. Until next time, have a good evening. God bless.